morning, I am Gaius Eric. It seems that people are more on the bad side nowadays. Just insane shocking details of Delphi murders revealed in court as autopsy images stunned jury. The Delphi murder trial took a chilling turn on Wednesday as graphic details of the deaths of Liberty German and Abigail Williams were revealed for the first time. Jurors were left visibly shaken as images of the girls' fatal wounds were displayed during the high-profile trial of Richard Allen, who is charged with their murders. Forensic pathologist Dr. Roland Kaur testified about the autopsies he conducted, revealing that both girls bled to death after sustaining severe neck wounds. It is the first time these gruesome details have been made public, and the court was left in stunned silence as photos of the girls' injuries were shown on a large screen. Both Libby, 14, and Abby, 13, were found lying on their backs on a mortuary table, their deep neck wounds clearly visible. The wounds were so horrific that one juror was seen putting his head in his hands, while others struggled to maintain their composure. Behind them, the wife of the accused, Kathy Allen, could be heard whispering, "Oh, thank God." After being informed no internal examination images would be shown, Dr. Kaur revealed that Abby sustained a single cut that partially severed her jugular vein, leading to a slow, painful death. It likely took her 5 to 10 minutes to bleed out, during which time she would have felt intense pain and entered a state of panic, the court heard. Libby's injuries were even more severe, with multiple deep slashes to her throat, while her death would have been quicker than Abby's. Swelling in her brain suggested that her death was also prolonged and agonizing. The emotional testimony painted a harrowing picture of the final moments of the two young girls who were murdered near their hometown of Delphi, Indiana, in February 2017. Richard Allen, 52, has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of murder and felony murder in connection with the killings, which also involved kidnapping charges. If convicted, Allen could face up to 130 years in prison. He was linked to the crime through witness testimony and forensic evidence. One witness, Sarah Carbaugh, described seeing a bloody and muddy man fitting the description of the suspect known as Bridge Guy near the crime scene on the day the girls disappeared. While no signs of sexual trauma were found on either of the girls, Dr. Kaur noted that Libby's blood-covered hands suggested she may have tried in vain to stop the bleeding from her neck. A faint red mark on Abby's face indicated that she may have been restrained with duct tape or another material before her death. The trial continues as the jury grapples with the disturbing evidence, and the town of Delphi waits for justice for Libby and Abby. Witness claims and phone evidence highlight key moments in Delphi murder trial. In the ongoing Delphi murder trial, the cross-examination of key witnesses has raised questions about the timeline and crucial details surrounding the deaths of Liberty German and Abigail Williams. Richard Allen, the man accused of murdering the two girls in February 2017, has denied all charges. During Wednesday's testimony, Sarah Carbaugh, the final eyewitness, told the court she had seen a bloody and muddy man matching the description of the suspect, Bridge Guy, walking away from the Monon High Bridge Trail at around p.m. on the day the girls went missing. However, Carbaugh's recollection came under scrutiny when it was revealed that she had not mentioned the presence of blood until a 2019 interview, 2 years after the initial incident. In response, she insisted that she had always recalled seeing both mud and blood, suggesting she may have mumbled during her first interview. She also pointed out that a large portion of her second interview footage had gone missing. The prosecution struggled to link this testimony directly to Allen, as no witness has been able to positively identify him as the man seen on the trail that day. Under intense questioning from the defense, Carbaugh stood firm, stating, "I saw Bridgeman walking along the road. He was covered in mud and blood, and that's that." Forensic Digital Examiner First Lieutenant Christopher Cecil also testified, focusing on data retrieved from Libby German's cell phone. According to the health app on the phone, It stopped moving around 2:18 p.m. on the day of the murders but briefly resumed movement at 2:25 p.m. before stopping again at 2:30 p.m. During this time, the phone traveled 50.64 meters and changed elevation by about 20 feet. However, no further activity was recorded until 4:33 a.m. the following morning, when multiple missed messages and calls began to populate the phone. The prosecution was unable to explain this nearly 12-hour blackout period, though the defense presented an alternative theory. They believe the girls may have been moved in a vehicle out of cell tower range and later returned to the scene, at which point their phone reconnected to the network. Cecil admitted under cross-examination that he did not know if the health app would register movement if the phone were in a car, further complicating the case. Cecil confirmed that none of the 23 electronic devices collected from Allen's home after his 2022 arrest showed any connection to the victims or their murders. However, the prosecution pointed out that the phone Allen used in 2017, around the time of the killings, was never recovered or analyzed. With no clear physical evidence linking Allen to the murders, the trial's outcome remains uncertain. Stay tuned to Age News TV for the latest updates on this case.